the committee at this time.
My name is George Egan. I'm from Kingston, 131 Broadway. Do I do this again?
Yeah, wherever you're
Okay.
comfortable.
All right. So I spoke last week at the school committee meeting in Kingston regarding the talks about school budget cuts and the question of laying off teachers and possibly paraprofessionals because we need to make up for this. I don't know if it was a mishandling of funds or what exactly the issue was. And I have a few points that I'd like to make tonight. One, that I'm totally against that. I mean, get rid of teacher positions, especially in light of something that came out this week that I'm sure the school committees probably know about, but we as the public haven't been told about until this week. There was a video that came out about some incidents that have happened at the elementary school and possibly the intermediate school regarding some assaults by some of the migrant students. Not that I'm picking anything out, it's not a racially thing, but something had happened where a student was in 2022 was in the bathroom at the elementary school, and she was in a stall, and one of the students that were, I think, in her kindergarten classroom also went into the bathroom. This was one of the migrants that were from living in the Baymont Inn, and that student, the migrant student, came under the stall and assaulted the kindergartner in that stall to the point where she was being touched. The student had, not the migrant student, the victim, put her hands up, was pushed to the ground, and was kissed by the migrant student. The parent put a video out this week. She didn't put a video out, but it was an interview that she had done, and it became public this week, where she had mentioned that this had happened. It was brushed under the rug by the schools. It has not been made public. And not only did it happen that one time, another incident happened with the same student, the same victim, a second time, and now that student's sister has also had an issue happen this past week by another migrant in the school, where that, not ironically, but strangely enough, it was a very similar incident where the migrant student came from under the stall in the bathroom and assaulted the student. So my question is, how do we get rid of staff right now when this is going on? One. Two, why is the public not being made aware of these issues? I have a kindergarten at Kingston Elementary, and I had no idea about this.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna interject at this point. A couple of things. Earlier, you referenced mishandling of funds.
Yes.
I wanna make it perfectly clear, two things right out of the gate. A, there is no mishandling of funds at this district for Silver Lake that has been identified or that we're even contemplating exists.
Okay.
Secondly, the second thing that it's a little off topic here, but I want to make it very clear, and we have a legal opinion on our agenda tonight. The restructuring of the pre-K was legally required of us and is not the cause of our financial woes. I need to just state those things right out of the gate.
Okay.
Now, the sensitivity to the issue you're sharing, clearly, you're sharing incidents that should never have happened.
Right.
You're sort of addressing the wrong body this evening, given that we are pre-K now, but 7 through 12, you're.
Speak, please, as I'm the one whose both daughters were affected, as it
Okay.
does have something to do with this. This is the school committee for this district.
We
Nobody's kid should go through what I went through. And for him to speak up is 100% right. And you all need to hear this. Because my heart is broken. Don't tell me to stop. I'm not stopping. I've stopped for too long. And I just had another incident today and found out that someone else went up to my kindergarten daughter under the stall in another safety plan for my other daughter. If you wanna speak to him and tell him it's not about funds, where are the funds going?
This is not about.
Yeah,
you're-
you know
this-
what? You're wrong. You're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
It's
well,
not-
you need to listen. The school committee needs to listen.
We
This
are
is a
listening.
district problem.
I need you to.
Smiling isn't helping. Me, it's not funny.
So if I may, this is, I think what the chair is trying to say is this is Silver Lake Regional School Committee.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's a district issue. It's a district. It's happening all throughout.
No, we're
No,
seven districts, and if you have a concern with how this was handled in Kingston, it needs to be addressed with the Kingston Committee. I think that's all that she's trying to say.
yeah, okay,
That's
sure.
what I was trying to get to.
Okay, sure.
Well, I apologize that I don't know the difference
Yeah, and I don't
It's different.
either.
between these
George is
different
right.
committees. It's not really very clear. The issue with the residents at the Baymont Inn doesn't just pertain to the intermediate and elementary school. It's also in the Silver Lake High School too.
Exactly.
So how, we as residents are to have a reasonable expectation that we are going to be told if there's an issue or a reasonable expectation that our kids are being supervised properly in school and being taken care of the same as they would be at home. So if these issues are happening at the high school level too, which my son goes to Silver Lake High School, and I've heard stories too, of issues here. Why is it that, other students besides the migrant students are being pushed if there's a behavior issue to go to the Reed School or whatever it is in Middleborough, but these other students are not? This poor family, the perpetrator of the original incident is still in that school, in classes to this day. My
2 doors down. Tell me why that's okay. And she went after her again a second time. Tell me why that's okay. Does anyone want to speak to that? There's a safety plan in place. The safety plan didn't work. I have another son that's supposed to be entering the school system in the fall.
So again, I'm not sure if you're speaking to Kingston schools or if you're talking to Silver Lake schools, but the reality is regardless of whether or not it's a Kingston school or a Silver Lake school, we don't share private student information. That's not allowable, just as if one of your children had private information, we wouldn't share that publicly. So disciplinary issues are in fact private and are handled according to our handbook, code of conduct, and state law.
Okay, here's a question. Where is the line, like if a student brings a gun to school and assaults or a knife and assaults a student, we're made aware, especially if it's a student from Kingston, not a migrant student, we're made aware immediately that there was an incident at the school's on lockdown, this and that. When were we ever made aware of sexual assault in any of this? Now, you're the superintendent of schools, so you can answer for both schools. When were we made aware of any of these incidents that were happening? Not only one incident, but now 3 incidents. That's all that I'm aware of.
This incident was appropriately handled and reported.
I disagree.
No,
I disagree.
that's not true.
And, and I just, and I'll end it with this. It's came to light this week. It's now on social media today, and it's going to be a bigger deal. I promise you that. Okay? My daughter goes to school there, and it's going to be a bigger deal. If we have to pull our kids from the school and put them in a private school because this stuff is happening, this is what we have to do to protect our kids, because the schools are not protecting our kids. That's my personal feeling. So this is not the end of it. Thank you.
Would anyone else like to address the school committee? Go ahead.